Right, this is the first time I've ever used this. It's the Tower dual air fryer from Tesco. 11 litre capacity. Had a bit of trouble understanding things because, you know, to know what the dials are, you have to have that page open. So when you're reading, you know, how to work it, it's talking about doing things with buttons, but you keep having to turn the page back to know what button. So that thing there is the on-off, so you have to turn that on. Then it just sat there with black bleeping zeros, so I didn't know what to do. First, you press dual cook if you're using the two pans, because you can use them separately or together. Yeah, I don't know what sync means, but anyway. Now, standard for pizza, because they don't have any vegetables section, stupidly. On about dead animals in here, but I mean, it did say 12 minutes at 150 Celsius for pizza. So, you know, yes, that was on that page. Well, there's an awful lot of page turning. But anyway, and then when you press that twice, and it shows up, and you turn it to increase or whatever, but I didn't have to do anything because it's obviously the default seems to be 12 minutes at 150 Celsius. And then, so if that's the default, I don't have to increase it by minutes or whatever and temperature. You just press go, which is that button. I mean, they ought to write the words, you know, like go. You know, I mean, it's gobbledygook, that language. And that is a start button. I mean, last night, 2 nights ago when I bought it, I thought it wasn't going to work at all, because it just came up with load of zeros or lines, and I just sat there and I thought, oh, well, maybe it needs to warm up. So I waited half an hour, came back, and it hadn't moved. Anyway, I'm not touching anything, but you can hear how quiet it is. I can smell. So in one side, I've done a load of vegetables for my vegan dog, which is broccoli, carrots. Broccoli's very good for him. Carrots as well. The more colours in the food, the more anti-cancer, because he's got cancer, the poor thing. Anyway, but that's the dog food. He can smell it. And in there are pizzas, which I bought from Tesco. You know, you can buy them frozen or whatever. Plant Chef, that is. This one's the mushroom. Of course, you know, Domino's, who do, you know, sell you extortionate pizzas without enough topping. You know, the ones you actually buy from Tesco's have got quite good topping, but I added, what did I add? You know, I added a few, you know, slices of plant mature. Oh, it's gone. Oh, I've used it all. Anyway, cheese, and a bit of that, and a bit of onions. But you can actually just you have to cut them with a proper, you know, you use a knife or whatever. But I actually found my pizza cutter, which I've never used, had it 20 years, and basically, yes, you just put it. You have to slice it, obviously, because it's not that. But that's how you eat pizza, isn't it? In slices, and then you just. They fitted half that pizza, fitted into that. I could have put another layer on top, but I didn't. But basically, yes, so we're not going to do a video for 12 minutes, but as you can see, it's telling me it's already done 8 minutes. So basically, yep, that's it. And it'll bleep when it's finished. There's no chance of anything happening. The other day, I was in a shop and I found they've already, you know, it's non-stick, which doesn't please me. But I mean, these, you could put them in there so you could just lift out with handles. Those are, you know, silicone. You know, and so if you're doing, you know, loose things like chips, you can do it there. I could have put my dog food in there, but anyway, but he's going to have that. Yes, so yeah, basically that is it. I mean, very quiet. I can smell. You can't see that on the video. We haven't got technology that means you can actually smell what I can smell. And it's now down to 7 minutes, so I wasn't going to do a 7 minute. Oh, that's my induction hob, which I got as well. That's possibly time. So if you're doing pasta and you go out and you forget you're listening to someone, or someone interrupts you, like a visitor from the council, you know, they tend to come around because they've got nothing better to do. If they interrupt you, you know, if you haven't timed your pasta, it could burn, yes? And then you spend all day cleaning the pans. So that, you know, is actually, again, you just plug it in. You could take that camping. That's really light. I actually bought that off eBay because I just got so confused looking at cookers, you know, the old cooker was there, and it'd be 30 years, but what I wanted was a cooker with 4 induction hobs which had timers, but you could only buy induction hobs separately to the cookers, and they're on about these double ovens anyway. It got so confusing, and then I realised, I need an induction hob. We need to do something now. Cinderella needs to go out. So, I think we're going to have just cupboards there. I mean, quite frankly, I had a bit of a toaster fire. Oh, you can do toast in there. The most important thing about these things, it comes out crisp. I read about it online. I was passing Tesco's in Chester. That's where we are. I prefer the Tesco's actually down in Wrexham, because that's got a petrol station and it's much, much larger store. But anyway, I went in there. There was a very helpful man who knew about these things, and I said, have you got any air fryers? There's Halogen, and then there's air fryers. Halogen apparently is being cancelled out by the EU because apparently the halogen isn't ecological. But I read the Gordon Ramsay and what's the other one that is not so rude as Ramsay? Jamie Oliver. They all use these air fryers, and you can do enough for a whole, family of 4. Oh, yeah, well, everybody's divorced, so so everybody should have an air fryer. So the halogen seem to be like Pyrex, transparent things. Whatever. That's where the air comes out. So you mustn't block that, and don't put things on top. But it runs off a 12 amp plugs. Well, all plugs normally are 12 amp. That's a 12 amp plug, in case you wonder what that is. A British one, of course, 3 pins, earthed. Anyway. I've plugged it in, as the electrician told me, who's done all my house rewiring, that the cooker socket is actually the safest and best. His wife, who's also an electrician, is very anti-naughties, those things called extension cables. In fact, my new consumer unit tripped up, and all I had plugged in was this radio I bought from Bernardo's, and this light from, Screwfix. I mean, and that managed to trip. It didn't. So there's something, these things get wet. They're old. We all use them. So you have to either replace them. Well, do away. This is just temporary, because I've had all these brass sockets put in everywhere. That's the microwave, of course. Everybody uses that, but it's actually quicker. There's my mushroom soup. I thought I was eating something else besides pizza. It's actually cheaper to boil water in a kettle. I read about it online. The engineers talk about it, than say do it in the microwave, which is what the Americans do. But it takes longer in the microwave, and the kettle does it quicker, and so it's actually cheaper. But we're talking quite a. Oh dear, I've dropped some onion. Anyway, this is my Tesco mushroom soup. Is it still warm? No, it's not warm enough. So I'm going to warm that up a bit. That's in a Pyrex. Very pretty. I love Pyrex. So just turn that on. Very clean, of course. The only thing that's clean are the things I eat off. There's the vegan mayo, absolutely delicious. And of course my favourite forage. I like muesli and ready break. I mean, I like a smoothie. That's what I call the smoothie. And the Tesco, whatever it's called. Oh, of course, that's sourdough. Oh, I've dropped them an avocado. That's the other thing I ate. Green olive and rosemary flour. Oh, it's just delicious. Quakers is all right, but you need a different cooker for those. I've never used that soup maker. I don't know what to do with it. And I've got 2 YouTubers. Right, so what's it doing now? It's only 2 minutes to go. Right, well, you might as well hang on if that is a battery on my phone. That's the main criteria now. The limiting factor, as it's called, is the phone. Is this Tesco Samsung Galaxy A14, I think it's called, phone battery. Do you know my YouTube apps disappeared off the menu on the screen? I mean, I spend more time Googling how to get it back. So now I got bored, and now I just Googled YouTube when I want to go on YouTube, and then click on YouTube. I don't know why it disappears, but it happens. I read, obviously, there's forums saying, yes, you can get it back by gobbledygook, this, that, and another. Have I warmed that enough, or you don't want to overdo it? Oh, no, it's steaming, so it's ready. So that's my mushroom soup. Well, might as well sit for another, if the battery lasts, and then you can see the effect. Of course, when you do chips, so it would have been a good idea if I was going to do toast, but I'm a bit anti-toast, having had a toaster fire, because you see the bread gets stuck in toasters, and then the toast doesn't cut off, and it catches fire. I mean, you know, even though you've set it on, you know, only brown it to reasonable, if the toast gets stuck, the thing's permanently down. So that's what happened. Next thing you know, all the electrics have blown up everywhere. I mean, of course, I didn't have a proper consumer unit, did I? It's one more minute. Anyway, but that's nothing about toast. But toast will be done in there now, which gets rid of, I mean, you know, cleaning toasters. I mean, the amount, and the other thing you do is you put knives in them, yeah, and then you're going to get yourself an electric shock, or you're going to mess them up. So, yeah, cleaning toasters, they're badly designed. The trays, you know, you cut yourself on the trays. You know, you stick knives to get your bread out bits. I mean, it's, you know, it's messy, and then it's just a fire risk. Yeah, there's a lot of people have said to me, oh yeah, the toaster, it's caught fire a few times. Well, 150 Celsius, of course, you know, and it's, we're talking half a minute, right? It's not long to go. Oh, well, I mean, I must say, that is expensive sourdough, but you can make it yourself, of course. Elizabeth does in town. Well, I've got more food processors and hot dinners. Well, all of this is going to be tidied up, and you know, and that's good, as I say. I mean, I've had camping stoves, gas stoves for years and years and years, and never once used them. So I've got 20 little bottles of the thing. Oh, anyway, enough about camping. But that is much better, because now somewhere's there. That's my power pack that I got from Go Outdoors in Bangor. Although I'm never parking in Bangor Marks and Spencers again. You see? Yeah, automatically off. Yeah, I've heard it. Right, so that's the Tower Dual. Right, let's have a look at how the pizza looks. Oh, that's the dog food. And there we are. And you've got the little grid underneath. So let's have a look at how yes. So it's You're not supposed to do too much cheese. Apparently, it's hot. It's piping hot and crisp. It's crisp. So that is the pizza with my add-on toppings, because, as I say, I don't. And there is the dog food. You can see it's dual. You could get them with just one. That's perfect. It's too hot for him to eat yet. The carrots are done too. That's fairly impressive. So there we are. Video over. I'm going to turn it off because I want to eat my soup now. Where is it? It's in there. Right, mushroom soup there. That is pizza. So I'll just take it out to show you. I put some extra topping. It's the mushroom version. I put red peppers. You can see, it's a bit hot, piping hot. And that is crisp. You can hear it. Yeah. So it works. There you go. 12 minutes. And that's easy. Yeah, apart from being non-stick, but, you know, that's practicality. But you only have to look up on the internet about, you know, how the producers of non-stick poisoned everybody in America. So, I mean, the induction. That is an induction hob, so you can never burn yourself, because it only heats against steel. So I'm going to use my steel things. Yeah, like that. That's steel, isn't it? Right. Well, there's things called aluminium and there's steel. Aluminium is a bad thing to have. So, yeah, anyway, if it's steel, you could put earthenware like Le Creuset on it and that stuff. And you can steep, steam, water, and you can time it, so you'll never burn a pan on an induction hob. And look how light it is. Right, that's from Go Outdoors. As I say, charge my mobile phone is a bit over the top of that weight. Right, well, that's far too hot for him to eat yet. Bye.